Samsung finally unveiled the S24 series for 2024, and of course today we're going to talk about protecting these devices with solutions made by Whitestone. We're talking about cases, we're talking about protecting the glass element on the side, as well as the fact of protecting the display with either a glass or a UV film that you're able to pick whichever solution you want. They even have a solution of installation that is so simple. You take it out, you put it on, and literally less than 10 seconds after putting it on, you're ready to go as the display is protected with glass protection. This is TK, and this is the Whitestone Dome Glass Protection Package for the S24 series for 2024. Let's check them out. Like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos on the channel. This is the S24 Ultra. As you know, it's a beautiful color right now. We have titanium on the side, flat, somewhat of a flat edge, and of course one of the biggest changes this year on at least the Ultra side, it is a flat display, arguably making it much easier to be able to install a glass protector to provide us that protection there. Now, I do have the glass protector already installed in here. That's one thing I need you guys to be aware of. But we're going to talk about obviously some of the main benefits and the different package that Whitestone sent me. Now, they sent me about 5 different things, and although some of them kind of overlap, it's a solution for what you'd like to do. All of these packages, for the most part, with the exception of the case, are a 2-pack, which means you have 2 pieces for each one of these in case you need to be able to reapply them or put them on. And coincidentally, I will say that the actual protection here, or at least the backing of the S24 Ultra, these are the actual protection element from the cleanse here. This is the one that it provides us protection for it. Typically, they're more silver, or they match the size of the sides of the device. We have the ability of using, obviously the first thing we'll talk about is the cleanse. This is a glass element protection package that provides us the ability of just putting elements around them so that, God forbid, the phone drops. The glass elements are not touched right away. It's kind of like having a glass protector for the glass elements on the back. Say the glass word one more time, TK. The second package that we're going to take a look real quick into here is the UV Gen film. Now, the UV Gen film is pretty much just a flexible screen display protector. It's typical to what we used to see before. It is a full display cover, obviously compatibility with the fingerprint sensor, and of course, just provides you the best protection if you are not a fan of glass protection. So that's the beauty about it here. Whitestone makes both solutions. Very easy to install. The installation package, again, includes 2, as you see there, with all the information that we get there in the box. The next box that we got here is that super easy Express Align installation that we have. And this provides us a glass protection in a simple installation solution without having to use UV light, without having to actually use, any kind of like I'll say probably this, the more premium experience here, the premium screen protector installation kit. This one takes a little bit of time to install, but definitely well worth it as it has liquid adhesive and all of that. Here we have an express installation, which is actually pretty much what I decided to go with, but we are definitely going to talk a little bit more as well about that dome glass here, the premium screen protector package. Now, this one includes, again, a 2-pack installation. There is a QR code on the top right in case you'd like to follow a video from Whitestone to be able to figure out exactly how to install it, but it's a straightforward installation. It uses liquid adhesive, and we've done this over the years on the channel, and of course installs it. You need to use the UV light, cure it, clean the device, protect the edges of it, and everything is installed, and everything you need is included in the box, minus the power bank, because you do need a power source for the UV light. But you got the UV light, the glue sticks, 3 glue sticks in case you need to reapply, and of course everything that you need to clean the display and make sure that you're doing this the right way. And lastly, we're going to talk about is obviously the case. Now, first and foremost, you'll notice the case itself has openings here on the side. But one thing I'll mention, their installation of the cleanse, this is the glass element installation, is so good this year that it actually fits the case right away. It actually fits inside of these rings and never actually has to come off. And that was one of the concerns we had in previous years. The case itself is obviously clear. It is a hard plastic case. And it does have compatibility for MagSafe, and we are going to talk a little bit about that as well as some of the compatible options that you're able to do now for charging and so on, since the charging coil is present there at the center. Very good option, good protection, and allows us to enjoy the color of our device. And as you can see there, it makes the experience actually pretty much flat on the back and flat on the front. So you don't have to worry about wobble effects on the back, and it makes it very, very nice. Of course, the MagSafe is going to be compatible. We're going to put it on. You can device if you want to be able to put a kickstand, charging stand. Obviously, this is just a connector to be able to hold the phone. The magnets are absolutely very, very strong. And then to take it off, you can actually put it on like this. So if you want to charge wirelessly, oops, slide it off and you're ready to go. If you want to put it back on, put it back on. It connects very, very nicely. A good solution. And again, this one is not from them, but the case itself, it looks really, really good. Now, out of the 3 options that they sent me, I decided to go with the super easy installation. Now, this is very nice because all you have to do is remove the foam piece from there, and then there is a little bit of a tab that you remove so that the glass is basically ready to be installed on your device. First and foremost, obviously, clean the device. They include the wet taps, they include the chamois. Make sure you're in a clean environment. But literally, this will take you less than 10 seconds if you do it in the right order. Once the display is clean, you put it down, you take this off, you put it on, 1, 2, and then 3. And by the time you remove this, the display is already on, and that is how nice it is. So first thing, obviously, I'll say is I did that installation there, and it works beautifully here. It's compatible with most cases. It does leave a little bit of a margin there so that the cases can actually go on. And this is actually a pretty thick case. One of the other things, of course, that I'll probably say is the solution that you go with will depend on what you're trying to get out of it. The best installation is always going to be the classic with the liquid adhesive and, of course, the UV light. The UV film does also include a UV light in that package, and that allows you to actually get that really nice seal on the display. But it is slightly different. If you like the feeling of glass protection is always going to be there. And of course, if you like more feeling of more of that, the typical UV film that we've used before, that one's also going to get you covered. All of the installation should not take you too long, but all of them require you to be in a good, clean environment, and of course level if you're going to use the advanced kit, because the liquid adhesive definitely needs to stay centered to where you're going. Now, lastly, regarding the case itself, definitely a really nice fit. Fits around the elements for the protection that we have in here, as well as for the glass elements on the back, and of course works great with the glass protector. Actually, the glass protector should work pretty much with any case, because again, there is enough of a margin around it to be able to compensate for that. And if you're using if we're using the glass option, obviously, it'll definitely feel much better and much more snug to the actual display, and it feels closer to what the original feel on the display itself. I will say though, please keep in mind 2 things. A, you need to turn on high sensitivity in your display settings that's built into the device, as well as the ability of actually re-registering your fingerprints, as if you already registered them before, having a glass display may change the way the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor that we have in here will work. So just delete the fingerprints, re-register them after you have the display on, and it should work perfectly fine. And as it goes, again, this is for the Gen film or the glass protection. So all of these things are going to work really good. The case itself does have MagSafe compatibility. So as I showed you guys, you're able to use accessories, chargers, docks, or anything like that in the car as well. I will say that just out of pure, obviously, full disclosure on this, the pen itself still works perfectly fine, and you may see some news or something like that online talking about that. If you apply the pen directly on the display and you're using it as you normally do, not very lightly, like you're actually writing with it, there's no problems at all with the MagSafe connected to it. I did notice though that if I was just generally or casually passing, when I have the MagSafe on, there's sometimes a little bit of skipping, not a lot, and may not even be noticeable, as gestures shouldn't have any issues. But if you're writing and you're using a MagSafe accessory very lightly, you'll notice it. But if you press on it and you're using like a normal pen as you're writing on your display, there's absolutely no problem. It will depend also on the cases that you're using. Some case manufacturers have their magnet or the ring for the magnet on the case on the outside of the case, not embedded as we have it in here. This one's actually inside of the actual case. But there's nothing to feel on it, and of course you could just connect it and snap it on and then start using your accessory the way you want to use it. And of course it is very solid and very strong. Case holds the phone and holds everything correctly. Of course, there's so many more accessories available. And then when you want to charge the device wirelessly, just remove it and snap it onto another accessory, or just put it on a wireless pad and it's going to work perfectly fine. Works great. Again, this was not from Whitestone, but the rest of the accessories that we have in here. So at the end of the day, my hope is that one of the solutions that I share with you guys, either the UV Gen film or the glass protection, the classic installation, the premium one, or even the quick installation with the guide that we have in here, is a good fit for you to help you protect your device. Again, don't forget about the actual camera elements on the back or the glass around the camera elements that we have in here to be able to provide protection there so that, God forbid, when the case drops and let's say there's a piece of sand or a small rock, you never actually have it to hit the glass on the actual camera and of course damage it there. And God forbid, if it is, just take it out, replace it with the 2-pack that you got, since you have extra ones in there as well. With that being said, as always, thank you very much for the support. Like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below which one do you feel like would be a best solution for you to protect your brand new S24 Series device, either the Standard, the Plus, or the Ultra. This is TK. I'll see you in the next video.